Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Los Angeles Rams. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
On a pretty gray and hazy day here in Southern California, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Los Angeles. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. From up top, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well. And CD, defenses better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football, and they throw it very well.
Over 4,000 yards each in the previous season. So what you're saying is, if you're a defender, hope you're prepared properly. Hydrated, stretched, be on your toes, as you said, because the ball's coming your way.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Rams offense ready to go to work, and it's Jared Goff who leads them out. #1 overall pick back in 2016. If you look at it, his rise falls right in line with the arrival of Sean McVay as head coach. 2 years ago, 0-7 start as a rookie, but since then 24-7 in the regular season the last 2 years. On first down, it's gone. That's into the hands of Reynolds. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw, Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And quickly now, here's a look at the Rams offense.
And I think the entire league benefited when Andrew Whitworth made the decision to come back for his 13th NFL season. Still one of the best offensive tackles in the game. 4 Pro Bowls, 2 times first-team All-Pro. He's now 10th among active players in the NFL in games started.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. On first down, Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald with a sack.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw that. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
The numbers a week ago for Kupp, 5 catches, 58 yards and a score.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
On 2nd and a yard, Goff, and it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Robert Woods, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run it with Jones. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Jared Goff and the NFC champs, they get ready to begin this drive. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. From the gun, here's Goff. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now it's gone. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down. Woods coming off by far the best year of his career. 86 catches, over 1,200 yards. Now he's hoping to build on that, but boy, he was a key cog in the wheel that took them to the Super Bowl last season. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the...
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jason Pierre-Paul able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I don't think there could have been a better pocket for him to throw from, yet he never got rid of the football, and it goes down as a sack.
I mean, he had time to build a campfire back there. He still couldn't get rid of it.
I'll bring the s'mores next time.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
To throw, it's Brady. And he finds Howard complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days that they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football? Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they're a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Goff now to throw, airing it out deep for Woods. And that's caught inside the 30. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A huge play that time for the Rams. And even 60 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now it's Miller. He takes it to the 15. A flashy move, but little to show for it. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. On second down, here's Miller. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Goff now looks to throw. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Josh Reynolds, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well that they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Yeah, something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brady, he sets up the screen to Jones. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A huge play there on the screen pass. 42 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the gun, it's Brady. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score. And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that? I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so. Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless. And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. And give them 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach or offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on fourth. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down. They'll run it with Jones. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. So give him the first down. First and goal after a pickup of 4. And the decision to go for it pays off. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 17-14. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. He's doing his job, but the bottom line, they're losing. They've got a deficit to make up here, and he knows it.
And quarterbacks who last in this league learned that lesson really early. You may have had a great stat line and felt pretty good about how you played, but if your team didn't win, it almost doesn't matter. And right now he's adopted that attitude. How do I get better? How does my team get better? How do we find a way to win the game?
Yeah, he's hoping to lead his team to a successful drive. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Goff. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. A Reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. And tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, two teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September. There to make the tackle, Samson Abuka.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 27, Brady. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 44, Brady. He completes it to Evans. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From midfield, here's Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And that's caught inside the 35. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Kendall Beckwith in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. He really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Brady going to throw. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Los Angeles. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Taking it about the 16. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Goal. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well.
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On second down now, it's Vaughn. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Brady now to throw. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Bucs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Vaughn, and they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone. Keep going. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
To try again after the sack. Brady, that's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Here's Brady. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
So Goff and the Rams down 20-17, 2:22 on the clock. Deuce is wild. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. They're throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a 4th quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen for Miller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Rams 1st down on a pickup of 10. Back to throw.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. And they're trying to line up quickly here. Goff urging them on. Underneath for Miller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Rams 1st down on a pickup of 10. He's back to throw. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's Henderson, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. And got a man. It's Woods. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. Miller. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant. He's crashing. He's checking crash. 450.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Wow. That ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
After reviewing the play,
back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run the counter. Vaughn. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. On second down, it's Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? Third level run. First level being the D-line, and linebacker second level in the secondary the third. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
You gotta love everything about that run, except for maybe a couple of things. You gotta wonder, do you fight a little harder to get into the end zone instead of going out at the 2-yard line? And I know one thing, the fantasy football guys, they are not too happy that he went out of bounds there instead of trying to.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Tampa Bay, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here.